Welcome to Rawalpindi Cricket Stadium. It is the second test, day 3. Edge and straight away.
Oh, that's close, that's gone. It's a fifer for Asif Afridi on debut.
His chances his arm. Will he get away with this? Yes.
And it's a half century for Muthusamy. Down the track and gone this time.
Rabada just chips it in the air. It is a fabulous chip.
With a great 50. This is for the team. Gone for the appeal and finger has gone up. Edge and gone. It's Rabada this time.
Slightly short and Barber pounces.
Oh, as I say, that there's a wonderful delivery.
He's a master at a cover drive. Better dealt with. And Pakistan are still 4 wickets down. South Africa should be extremely proud of what they achieved today. They really have played outstandingly well.
We're back in Rawalpindi for day 4 of this Vigotel Mobile Presents, and it's Pakistan taking on South Africa. But great to be back on pitch side. It's day 4, which is perhaps going to be a decisive day in this test match. Just a little recap of how things went on day 3. Of course, South Africa firmly on top. They've got the match very much in control after their performance yesterday. What a wonderful partnership we saw. Muthusamy with Rabada and Maharaj also chipping in with runs. South Africa were bundled out for 404. And in response, Pakistan lost early wickets. We saw that top order faltering, and Pakistan at the end of the day at stumps were 94 for 4, leading by 23 runs. Yeah, important first session we have here. Of course, it could decide the fate of this test match. So plenty to look forward to. And I've got Ramiz Raja and Sean Pollock next to me to talk about today. Ramiz, Pakistan lost momentum in the game yesterday. They started really well with Shaheen Shah Afridi getting them the breakthrough as well. But after that, what happened?
They went into a reactive mode. South Africa played brilliantly as well. There's resolve and commitment, and they read the situation a lot better than Pakistan. Pakistan were on the heels, expecting the tailenders to make a mistake and falter, and then they probably get a breakthrough, but it did not happen. So from tactical point of view, I think they were clearly behind the 8 ball. From execution, from quality, I thought the South Africans played Pakistani spinners particularly well. You know, the threat of Noman and Sajid Khan was dealt with. And so, hence, Pakistan are in a situation, in a bit of a pickle. So from moving day to maybe a packing day. I don't know. I mean, day 4, it could be all over.
It could be all over, but it could be a case of Pakistan putting up a partnership. That's the thing that we're all looking forward to, that what actually happens. But Polly, just reflecting on what happened yesterday, that wonderful partnership, Muthusamy sort of really showing his batting prowess, and then we saw KG as well. So that self-belief in South Africa, where does that come from? Is it because they're the test champions? Is that why we see it?
Well, it might be that fact that they have found a way over the last 2.5 years. They have found a way to win games. When you said at the start of that Test Championship, the one that's just been completed, could South Africa make it? You look at their side and you go, I'm not so sure. But they kept finding a way of winning games. I think that partnership yesterday was another example where they just found a way. And I think the key to it actually was when Muthusamy started to trust Rabada, because he wasn't trying to harbour the strike. He wasn't saying, okay, KG, you can't bat. After about 5-10 minutes, he said to him, listen, KG, you're looking fantastic. I'm going to take the single and we're going to play. And that actually probably gave KG a bit of confidence to be able to play the way he is. And when you saw the match summary there, I can't believe we haven't found an extra line for Kagiso Rabada to put 71 in there, because, I mean, that contribution was massive. And it was just amazing to see that turnaround, because, as you say, Pakistan were ahead of the game. And they need to pick up 1 more wicket, go into the second innings with a first innings lead. And they just couldn't pick up that wicket. And it caused frustration, it caused joy and self-belief in the South African camp. And that was the catalyst to what happened after that, with their ability to come out feeling good about themselves, pick up 4 wickets.
You look back at this test series, Ramiz, and perhaps the biggest difference that we've seen is that lower order contribution between both these sides. I mean, it's been a struggle for the tailenders. Perhaps today as well, you know, what do you expect out of them? Because we've seen South Africa lead by example.
Well, there is the sample size of how South Africa batted. Their last 4 wickets producing more than 200 runs. It's about reading the situation and trusting your skills. And I think it has to start in the nets. It has to start with a good environment where the tailenders have a sort of a clarified role that what they need to do. Pakistan also missed a couple of chances as well. And this sort of blip of losing wickets in the second innings is causing them a lot of concern, because you know, any other team with a 71-run lead and how you played in the first test match would have weathered the storm. But Pakistan seemed to get this on their minds. You know, this situation is sort of expanded a lot in the mind, and so as a result, they find themselves in a lot of trouble. Now it's make or break the first session. If Rizwan or Babar Azam gets out early, and we know the tailenders have not really contributed a great deal, who knows? I mean, it could be all over for Pakistan in a jiffy.
We actually said off the first test, remember we said, there's going to be a time where that lack of contribution down the order is going to cost them a test match. It didn't cost them that first one. We thought we don't have to worry because they won comfortably. They've put on 50 runs in 3 innings from 6 down, for the 6th to 10th wicket part. So that's been 50 runs in 3 innings. South Africa have put 330 in the same amount of innings. And there's been the contrast and difference. Didn't cost Pakistan in the first test, but it might just cost them here.
And quickly, I think if you want to become a very good test side, then you've got to bat well in both sides, in both innings. You've got to bowl well in both innings. It can't be just a one innings miracle.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a miracle in Lahore. It didn't happen here.
Yeah, they've got to be more consistent. But one thing that has done well in this test match is the pitch. You know, it's definitely, there's been no demons that we've seen in the pitch so far. Let's find out if it is going to play any differently from Bazid Khan.
Yeah, 4th day of the test match, and the question is, how fast will this game progress? Now, over the course of the 3 days, the pitch hasn't really progressed that much. You talk about average turn. It has been 4.2, 4.2, and then 4.5. So in terms of that, there's not been a significant amount of development of the spinners into the game. And the spinner that has got the most turn has been the one that has been the slowest, that is Maharaj. So he's been able to extract most turn, 4.9 degrees, with a little more flight. He's bowled slower. We look at the pitch, and obviously you'll have a little bit of development close to the bat. Yes, there are a few patches, but as you, come on Buggy, let's walk. As you walk down the pitch, this is beautiful. This still looks like a surface that you want to bat on. There's nothing at all that suggests that anything than the ball coming onto the bat all throughout. So all that is beautiful. It is just the end. So we come to this end, and there again the foot marks, a little bit of development here, which you expect on any sort of surface, but you don't think that it is so bad that you can really roll a side out quickly. So this match still is open. Yes, Pakistan slightly on the back foot, but it is still battable. You can still put up runs, and a good partnership like we saw with South Africa. A couple of good partnerships turned the game. A couple of good partnerships. Pakistan could turn the game. I think the first hour or so, first hour and a half will be so important, because that's where the tone of the day does get set.
Well, Bazid Khan, just talking about these conditions, Ramiz, I mean, talking about the fact that there's not been a lot of extravagant turn, then what explains the top order sort of faltering, giving Simon Harmer 3 wickets? So is it a case of just poor batting from Pakistan then?
Yeah, that, not exactly poor batting, but, you know, the extraneous stuff in their mind that they need to survive now, 71-run lead, what will happen? If they get out, what will happen? So it was a mental thing, and also South Africa bowled splendidly well. I think the degree of spin will not hurt batsmen that much if you compare the variations that we saw at Lahore. The ball was jumping from that length. There was a lot more debris outside the off stump. And so it was difficult batting against the spin. Not so much here. So if you can deal with the extravagant spin, then you'll be all right. But it's the mental thing. Right now, Pakistan needs to be mentally strong.
Right. Mental belief is what we're talking about. Self-belief is what we're talking about. That's what we need to see from Pakistan. South Africa, well, they're definitely in for a great chance. And I'm sure their confidence is going to be super high. We'll take a short breather. And on the other side, we'll be discussing this in more detail. So don't go anywhere. Well, we're back for day 4's action and plenty to look forward to today. Polly, just discussing the 3 wickets that Simon Harmer got. I mean, how well did he bowl in your opinion?
I thought he was very good. I was surprised. I was like toying with the fact of who they would go to as the first spinner. But I think the key to him is he's got that ability to undercut the odd delivery and make it go on straight. And we didn't see that in Lahore. Because the spin was so consistent, you didn't have to worry about it. With the new ball, it can grip off the, obviously off the seam, but the odd one that slides on, that's the one that I think Pakistan would have been wary of, and that's the one he probably bowls best. Rabada was fantastic. He created opportunities the first innings, didn't get the catches taken. And then the last one from Harmer, that was, for me, that was fantastic, because you shouldn't really be deceived by a ball bowled that slow. You should be able to adjust as a batter, but he perfectly looped it up, did him in the flight, got him out in front of himself, and then as he drove, he got the edge through. So, yeah, Harmer's been really good, and I'll be interested to see how they start. I think they'll probably start with Rabada and Maharaj this morning, but I wouldn't be surprised if Harmer gets a go soon after.
Right, Babar Azam, again, Pakistan resting their hopes, spinning their hopes on someone like him. He's out there with Rizwan, and he was looking really good yesterday, Ramiz.
Yeah, I mean, this is the best I've seen of Babar Azam in the last year and a half in Test match cricket, because his defence was immaculate, the driving through the offside was heavenly, and there were crowd there to enjoy this knock from Babar Azam. So he holds the key to success. I don't know under what circumstances he'll be operating out there, because he's carrying the burden of the entire innings on himself, and he bats well with Rizwan, by the way. You know, a couple of 100-run partnerships in Test match cricket, like 4 50-run partnerships as well. But once he defends well, then everything else falls into place. And so his play against spin, his play against pace was extremely efficient and important.
Yeah, I mean, nothing earth-shattering about it. He plays through the offside brilliantly. We've always known Babar Azam does that. I suppose South Africa will probably see him after what he's put on as the key to get out. But the good news is, Osama was telling me this morning that when he has a sleep and comes back to play his innings, he doesn't go very well. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes today.
He doesn't sleep well, or he doesn't score?
No, he doesn't get runs after sleeping.
Restless.
Osama told us that one, so we'll have to see how it gets on.
If he ends up scoring, then we're definitely coming for you. But it's not just about Babar Azam, Polly. Rizwan is also on the other end, and we saw that it is about partnerships. We can take a leaf from 100%. South Africa's book. How do you think Pakistan should go about their business?
Salman Ali Ala and Rizwan, I think those two are key as well, because why are they positive? So they're not going to allow South Africa just to bowl to them. If they get opportunity, they are going to score. They have to score. They have to get runs on the board to give themselves a bit of a buffer to try and bowl South Africa out. So there's obviously these 3 batters. You've got Baba, who's in, and he'll occupy the crease. The other 2, they have to form partnerships with them and play positive. South Africa need 2 wickets, and then they're going to feel they can run through the tail again.
All right. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for your thoughts. And of course, we are only moments away from all the live action. Babar Azam and Rizwan are out there, and they've got a job to do. They've got to build a partnership. They've got to take a leaf out of South Africa's book, the way we saw their tail sort of hang around and score all those runs. What a wonderful performance. What a wonderful fight back it's been from South Africa so far. So all to play for on day 4 as we take a short break, and we'll see you guys on the other side.